Think about the last bad habit you truly wanted to quit. Not something minor or temporary, but something that genuinely bothered you. Something you knew was holding you back. It may have been procrastination, delaying important work even though you understood the consequences, watching time pass while tasks remained untouched. It may have been scrolling on your phone late at night, staring at a screen long after you promised yourself you would sleep early, knowing you would regret it the next morning. Or it may have been the way you were eating, choosing foods you knew were slowly damaging your health, making the same choice again, even after promising yourself you would stop. At some point, you told yourself the same familiar sentence, "This time will be different." And for a brief moment, it felt believable. You felt motivated. You felt focused. You felt in control. But then something happened. You slipped. Not suddenly. Not dramatically. Just quietly. One decision. One exception. One moment where you told yourself it would not matter. And before you knew it, you were back in the same place again. That is often the most painful part of the cycle. Not the habit itself, but what happens afterward. You blamed yourself. You told yourself you lacked discipline. You told yourself you were weak. You told yourself you simply did not want change badly enough. Over time, that self-blame became part of your identity. Not just something you did, but something you believed about yourself. But here is the truth most people never hear. People do not fail to break bad habits because they are flawed, lazy, or incapable. They fail because their brain is doing exactly what it was designed to do. In fact, the overwhelming majority of people experience this same cycle. They attempt to change. They stop, and they return to the habit again. Not because they do not care, not because they lack intelligence or awareness, but because they are fighting something they do not fully understand. Your brain is not designed to help you change. It is designed to keep you alive. It is designed to conserve energy. It is designed to protect familiarity. Every time you repeat a behavior, your brain looks for efficiency. It asks a simple question: how can I do this with less effort next time? When a behavior repeats often enough, the brain creates a shortcut. That shortcut allows the behavior to happen automatically, without conscious effort, without decision-making. That is how habits are formed. At first, a habit requires thought. Later, it requires almost nothing. The brain prefers this automation because thinking consumes energy, and your brain is constantly trying to save energy. So when you attempt to quit a bad habit, something important happens. Your conscious mind sees growth. It sees improvement. It sees long-term benefit. But your brain does not see it that way. Your brain sees uncertainty. It sees discomfort. It sees unfamiliar territory. And unfamiliarity is interpreted as danger. When the brain senses danger, it responds by pushing back. That pushback often feels like restlessness, or tension, or an uncomfortable urge that seems to come out of nowhere. Thoughts begin to appear. Just this once. You can stop tomorrow. It is not that serious. These thoughts are not a sign of weakness. They are not evidence that you lack discipline. They are your brain attempting to protect what feels familiar. This is why so many people feel like they are fighting themselves, because in a very real sense, they are. Now let us talk about dopamine, because this is where most misunderstandings begin. Dopamine is often described as the pleasure chemical. That description is misleading. Dopamine is not released because something feels good. It is released because something is anticipated. Dopamine activates before the behavior, not after it. Before you pick up your phone, before you open the app, before you take the first bite, before you skip the task. The brain predicts a reward, and dopamine prepares you to pursue it. By the time logic arrives and says, "You should not do this," the process is already in motion. This is why motivation is unreliable. Motivation is emotional. Dopamine is chemical. And chemistry almost always overrides emotion. Most people attempt to break bad habits by removing the behavior alone. They stop scrolling. They stop eating certain foods. They stop avoiding work. But they do not replace the reward. When the brain loses a familiar source of dopamine, it reacts strongly. It does not feel neutral. It feels threatened. The brain seeks balance, and it will push you back toward whatever restores that balance fastest. Not because you are broken, but because your brain is doing what it has always done. Here is something that fundamentally changes how habits work. Habits are not primarily about behavior. They are about identity. Every repeated action is a vote for the type of person you believe you are. When someone says, "I am trying to quit," they are still identifying as the person who struggles. But when someone says, "I do not do that," there is no internal conflict. A non-smoker does not rely on willpower to avoid cigarettes. They do not feel deprived. They do not negotiate with themselves. It simply does not align with who they are. This is why change feels effortless for some people and exhausting for others. Identity does not change through motivation. It changes through evidence. Small actions, repeated consistently. Over time, each small win sends a quiet message to the brain. This is who I am now. Eventually, behavior follows identity instead of fighting it. Another reason people struggle is their relationship with mistakes. Many people believe one mistake cancels all progress. But habits do not collapse because of a single mistake. They collapse because people stop after the mistake. Successful people are not perfect. They are simply faster at restarting. Willpower is unreliable. Environment is not. When friction changes, behavior follows. Breaking bad habits is not about becoming someone new overnight. It is about understanding yourself deeply enough to stop fighting your own mind. When you work with your brain instead of against it, change stops feeling impossible. You were never weak. You were never broken. You were simply playing by rules you were never taught. You are not alone in this. If this video made you pause for even a moment, that is not an accident. It means you are someone who wants to understand yourself, not just judge yourself. Someone who wants real change, not temporary motivation. This channel is built for people like that. Not quick hacks. Not empty hype. Not surface-level advice. Here, we break down how the mind actually works. Why habits form. Why motivation fades. Why change feels hard. And how to work with your brain instead of fighting it. Every video is designed to give you clarity, to replace self-blame with understanding, and to help you make progress that actually lasts. If you subscribe, you are not just following a channel. You are choosing to see your behavior differently, to stop feeling stuck in the same cycles, and to build habits that fit who you want to become. New videos here are made to quietly improve your life over time, one insight at a time, one shift at a time. If that is the kind of content you want more of, subscribe now and stay with us.